Yes, ma'am. This is
Hello?
yes. This is Mr. Kamal with policeabuse.com.
Yes, yes. Yeah, I'm Marguerite Anderson, and I have quite a few complaints because Sanford or the Sheriff's Department in Florida would not take no reports. My daughter, if you look behind the blue wall, my daughter used to be a police officer, and she got fired from the Apopka Police Department. She had been severely abused by her, domestic abuse by her husband, and in November, we were called at 2 o'clock in the morning. She had strangulation marks around her neck. When we got there, there were Sanford police up front, and her daughter called me up, called 911, and when I ran inside, and she had big old knobs on her head and had strangulation marks around her neck. And I wanted to go outside, and the cops were gone. I said, they didn't file no report. She said, since she was a cop, they advised her it wouldn't look good, that she would file a report. So he's the one that abuses. Then another thing came up, and he recanted. He called the police and said that she tried to kill him with a gun, but he went to the attorney who recanted, right? When then I bailed her out of jail, and then Apopka again didn't. I tried to tell them to do an investigation, background investigation on him, that he has done this before. He has a felony and all this stuff against him. So.
Well, let me ask you a few questions. Let me just make sure I have the story correct. So your daughter is a former police officer, correct?
Yes.
All right.
And she was being abused by her husband. This has been going on for 3 years.
Okay, so she's a former police officer. Her husband was engaging. Her husband was engaging in domestic violence against her.
Yes.
And she.
Severe domestic violence.
Okay, and she has tried to report it. And which police departments are you saying have refused to help her?
She went back with him. She's back with him now. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He tried to, then when he had to put back in jail, he gets drunk and then goes and calls the cops and told that she trespassed into the house, her house, and I got money invested in that thing. There were 13 SWAT cars, whatever, SWAT cars dispatched to her home to arrest her for the 3rd time, and then the Apopka Police Department fired her, and then he communicated still with her in jail. But he's the abuser, and nobody done the investigation. So I then started doing my investigation. My granddaughter still was staying there, and this is her. She married this maniac. He's a psychopath. It was between drinking and prescription drugs. He is the one that tried to kill her, and then everything. She got out of jail, and he went there to pick her up again. And the police department, I went down to Sanford. I said, well, if she gets out and if this is happening again, well, then she's going to go again. And
Okay, well, I want to focus in on a couple things that you said. One of the things that you said is that the police department told her they couldn't take the complaint because she was a cop and it was better for her to let it go. Is that correct?
Yes. That was Sanford Police Department.
Hold it. Okay, who was it from the Sanford Police Department that told her that? Was it someone that came out?
Yes, that I know of. One of them was even one of her, a person she knew by the name of Hernandez.
Okay.
I didn't know the other guy.
And he told her it was better for her not to talk about it.
Yeah. Not to to say anything about it because it would look bad on her since she was on probation from an accident she had while she was intoxicated.
Okay, so she had a DUI, and so when she was abused, so she was abused by her husband, and the officer told her that it might cause her some problems if she made that other case known.
Yeah, since she still was on probation.
Okay.
That's what she told me.
All right, and you said she's back with her husband, who's the abuser?
Yeah. And nobody, I ran records on him. He done it to his first. He done to the mother of his children, and he also has a felony on him. This has been going on since the 90s. And she just got out of jail, went back with him. Oh, we will go to marriage counseling, and we will do this, and we will do that. Then one night I went looking for my granddaughter, and somebody had told me that he was at this bar. I don't go in no bars, I don't drink, no nothing. So at midnight I'm driving around because I'm concerned about my granddaughter. If he would go home, if he would do something to her, it'd be consensual, 19 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I seen him standing there with two more people that were real drunk. He had a drink in his hand, right? So after he seen my car, I drive this sports car. He noticed my car. I went through the parking lot and went to this road, and when it came to a dead end, I didn't know it was coming to a dead end. When I came back in this road, it was a dark road. Him and this guy had both of their fists bulged and came towards me and said to me like this. There's the one guy said, "You get out of the effing car, you bitch." And I called 911 Sanford, and the sheriff's department was dispatched. So anyway, when the sheriff's department was dispatched, I had pulled underneath the light, because it was dark in this parking lot that belonged to this bar underneath the light. Well, they then disappeared. His truck still was sitting there, and he was well drunk. I want to catch them driving off drunk, and then call them. So the sheriff's department comes, one goes inside the bar, the other sheriff, I'm trying to explain to him that this guy been threatening me, otherwise I wouldn't be calling 911. The bartender comes out drunk, she says, "Is there any problem here?" The sheriff says, no. He said, "Do you want her trespass?" She said, "Can I do that?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Ma'am, she just trespassed you, and you look like you're drunk."
Who was he talking to when he said, "It looks like you're drunk"? Was he talking to you?
To me, yeah. I said, "I go right now for breathalyzer. I do not know. What is your name anyway?" He said, "Either weird or weird." And I put that on the internet, and Jenkins from Seminole County, a woman by the name of Jenkins called me back. I want to file a report, what happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, "You trespassed."
He said you
And I
trespassed.
never was in the bar.
Okay, let me make sure I understand your complaints. So you have complaints against Sanford, and what was the other police department?
The Seminole County Sheriff's Department.
Seminole County Sheriff's. And essentially your main complaint is that they have failed to act when your daughter, who is a former law enforcement officer, they have failed to protect her from her abusive husband. Is that right?
Yes, and she's back with him. If you go behind the blue wall and type in Officer Tanya Culver,
Mm-hmm.
you read all about that.
Okay.
It's been, I've been slandered from here to Europe. We never had anything like that. And she's definitely, I do not know why she married him. I didn't go to no wedding. I've been slandered from here to Europe. And she got out of jail without, this last time with no bond or anything. He went and lied. He handed them the keys to go get her out of that house. The first time she went